Hi guys, so in today's video we'll be discussing important points or say a gist of Indian geography. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, Indian geography. So first point is Sri Lanka is separated from India by the Gulf of Mannar and Palak Strait. So in the map, the area is called Palak Strait and the Gulf of Mannar is over here. So this region is Palak Bay also. Okay, and going down, the standard meridian of India is 82 degree 30 minutes east. Okay, now when we come to the physical features of India, so physical features are, first one is the Himalayas. Okay, the Himalayas we have, under Himalayas we have Kashmir Himalayas. So in Kashmir Himalayas there are ranges of Karakoram. Ranges of Karakoram is there, Ladakh is there, Saskar and Pir Panjal. Kashmir Himalayas are also famous for Kerwara formations which are useful for the cultivation of saffron. Okay, and some of the freshwater lakes such as Dal and Vular and saltwater lakes such as Pangong, Tuzo and Tuzo Moriri are in this region. Okay, in the Kashmir Himalayas. Okay, this region is drained by the river Indus and its tributaries such as Jhelum and Chenab. Okay, now after Kashmir Himalayas, we have Uttarakhand Himalayas, Himachal and Uttarakhand Himalayas. Okay, this part lies approximately between the Ravi in the west and the Kali in the east. Both are rivers. Okay, between Ravi River in the west and Kali River in the east. Okay, it is drained by two major river systems of India, that is the Indus and Ganga. Now, three ranges of Himalayas, the Greater Himalaya ranges, the Lesser Himalaya ranges, and also the Shivalik range. Now, Lesser Himalayas is in the Dholhandhar in Himachal Pradesh and Nagtibha in Uttarakhand. Okay, and Shivalik range is from north to the south. Okay, famous valley of flowers is located in where Himachal and Uttarakhand Himalayas. So, famous valley of flowers. Okay, nomadic tribes known as Bhutias. So, the question can be asked about the tribal community or the nomadic tribal community Bhutias. They belong to which region? They belong to the Himachal and Uttarakhand Himalaya region. Okay, now Darjeeling and Sikkim Himalayas. After Kashmir Himalayas and Himachal and Uttarakhand Himalayas, we come to Darjeeling and Sikkim Himalayas in the eastern side. Okay, now there we have, it is flanked by Nepal Himalayas in the west and the Bhutan Himalayas in the east. We have in the west Nepal Himalayas and also in the Bhutan Himalayas are in the east. Okay, in the middle we have Sikkim or Darjeeling Himalayas. Okay, it has fast moving rivers such as Tista. Okay, higher reaches of this region are inhabited by Lepcha tribes. So Lepcha tribes belongs to Darjeeling and Sikkim Himalayas. Okay, now we come to Arunachal Himalayas. No need to worry, we have the map down here. I'll explain it with the map also. Okay, now Arunachal Himalayas. Arunachal Himalayas, they extend from east to the Bhutan Himalayas to the Dipu Pass in the east. Okay, and some of the important mountain peaks of the region are Kangtu and Namcha Barwa. Okay, Brahmaputra river flows through Namcha Barwa. Okay, which river flows through Namcha Barwa? Brahmaputra river. Okay, some important rivers are Kameng, Sabansri, Dihang, Dibang and Dibang. High rate of fall, thus having highest hydroelectric power potential in the country. So Arunachal Himalayas has the highest potential for hydroelectric power. So most communities practice zooming or shifting cultivation. So now we come to the map of Himalayas. Okay, here we have the Kashmir Himalayas. What are they? We have Karakoram is there, then Ladakh is there, Saskar is there. Okay, now we come to here Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh Himalayas. Okay, now we come to over here we have Sikkim and Darjeeling Himalayas. Okay, and over here Namcha Barwa, just as we discussed here, we have Namcha Barwa and all in the Arunachal Himalayas. Okay, and when we discussed over here, we saw the Kashmir Himalayas. It is drained by the Indus River system over here. I'll use another color, the Indus River system over here, and also the Ganga River system over here. Okay, we can say both Kashmir and Uttarakhand and Himachal Himalayas both are drained by these two river systems. Okay, and going down, we have eastern hills and mountains. Okay, so it's another type of mountain or hilly regions that we need to discuss. Okay, that is eastern hills and mountains. Another color, I'll choose red itself. It is known by different names such as Naga Hills or Manipur Hills or Lushai Hills. Okay, they also practice shifting cultivation or zooming cultivation. Okay, uh, shifting cultivation is like they clear a patch of land, they burn it, and on that land they cultivate. And after cultivation and harvesting and all, they leave the place to again become fertile. And once again, after some time, they come to the same place cultivating. It's like a cycle. They go from one place to another doing this shifting cultivation. Okay, Barak. Barak is an important river in Manipur and Mizoram. Okay, the presence of Lotak Lake at the center. Most rivers in Nagaland form the tributary of Brahmaputra. Two rivers of Mizoram and Manipur are the tributaries of Barak River. Okay, and now this is a map. Mizoram is known as molasses basin, which is made up of soft, unconsolidated deposits. So we have the Brahmaputra basin over here. We have Dofla Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, Mishami Hills, and over here, Patkai Bam Naga Hills is over here. Okay, Garo Hills, Khasi Hills, Ganita Hills. So from west to east, we can say Garo Hills comes first, Khasi Hills comes second, then Dofla Hills comes third. No, before that, I think Jainta Hills. Jainta Hills is there. Then after that, Dofla Hills. In the end, we have Naga Hills. Okay. And Mizo is also the lowermost portion. And north to south also, you guys need to remember. This is also another point from north to south. UPSC can ask that questions also. And also questions can be asked from west to east. Okay. Now northern plains. Now we come to northern plains. Okay, it is divided into three major zones. First one is Bhabar, then Terai, Alluvial Plains. Under Alluvial Plains we have Khadar and Bhangar. Okay, now Bhabar. Bhabar is a narrow belt ranging between 8 to 10 kilometer parallel to the Shivalik foothills at the breakup of the slope. Bhabar is a narrow belt ranging between 8 to 10 kilometer parallel to the Shivalik foothills at the breakup of the slope. Now, south of Bhabar is a Terai belt. We will see all these points in the map, so no need to worry. Okay. Terai belt is approximately 10 to 20 kilometer where most of the streams and rivers remerge without having any properly demarcated channel, thereby creating marshy and swampy conditions known as Terai. The Indo-Genkartic Plains or the Great Plains are large alluvial plains dominated by three main rivers, the Indus, the Ganges, and Brahmaputra river. Okay, the Great Plains of India run parallel to the Himalayas from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Assam in the east and drain most of the northern and eastern India. After that, Khadar. Khadar is the new alluvial soil, while Bhangar is found where from the river. Bhangar is less fertile. It is a old alluvial soil. Okay, Khadar is actually the new alluvial soil, or we can say the more fertile soil. Bhangar is while it is old alluvial soil and it is less fertile. So the Great Plains of India. Okay, so it's over here. You can see it is made mainly of this river system, Ganga river system, and also Brahmaputra river system. Okay, so it is divided into Satluj Yamuna plain, Rajasthan plain, upper Ganga plain, then we have middle Ganga plain, and also Brahmaputra plain. Okay, now Peninsula Plateau. The Peninsula India is made up of a series of patland plateaus such as the Hazirabad Plateau, the Palamau Plateau, the Ranchi Plateau, the Malwa Plateau, the Coimbatore Plateau, and the Karnataka Plateau. Okay, the western and northwestern part of plateau has an empathetic presence of black soil. So western and northwestern, these regions. So in the map you can see these regions, northwestern regions, they have presence of black soil. Okay, Peninsula Plateau can be divided into three broad groups. First one is the Deccan Plateau, the Central Highlands, the Northeastern Plateau. So first one, the Deccan Plateau. It is bordered by the Western Ghats in the west Eastern Ghats in the east, and the Satpura Michael Range and Mahadeo Hills in the north. Annemudi is the highest peak in the Peninsular Plateau. Annemudi is the highest peak in the Peninsular Plateau. Okay, now Central Highlands. They are bound by the west by west bound to the west by the Aravalli Ranges. Satpura Range is formed by a series of scarped plateaus on the south, generally at an elevation varying between 600 to 900 meter above the mean sea level. Most of the tributaries of river Yamuna have their origin in the Vindhyan and Kaimur ranges. Banas is the only significant tributary of river Chambal that originates from Aravalli in the west. The eastern extension of the Central Highland is formed by Raj Mahal Hills. So, eastern extension of the Central Hills is formed by the Raj Mahal Hills to the south, of which lies a large reserve of mineral resources in the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, now the northeastern plateau, believed to be the result of the force exerted by the northward movement of the Indian plate at the time of Himalayan origin. A huge fault was created between Raj Mahal Hills and the Meghalaya Plateau. So, Meghalaya Plateau is further divided into the Garo Hills, Khasi Hills, and Jainta Hills. We have seen it in the map. Okay, now over here, now we come to the map. So, Malwa Plateau is over here. It's a part of the Central Highlands. Okay, just a minute. Okay, Central Highlands. So, it is bounded by the Aravalli Ranges over here. Aravalli Ranges in the west, and in the east we have the over here the Shillong Meghalaya Plateau is there. Garo, Khasi, Jainta Hills, the three over here we have discussed earlier, and also at the bottom of that we have Chota Nagpur Plateau, mineral rich Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, Aziyabad Plateau is over here. I'll choose another color, yellow. Okay, and in the Deccan Plateau, we can see Deccan Plateau. It covers Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. Okay, so that is and also we can look into another point is the Ranchi Plateau is there, Marwar Plateau is there. Okay, all these points are there. Anyway, I'll be sharing you with this PDF, so you can look into it. Now the Indian desert. To the northwest of Aravalli Hills lies the Great Indian Desert. It is also known as Marustali. So, the Great Indian Desert is called Marustali. The desert can be divided into two parts. The northern part is sloping towards Sindh, and the southern part towards Rann of Kutch. Okay, most of the rivers of this region are ephemeral. Okay, meaning is seasonal, we can say. Okay. So in the Great Indian Desert, we have the Thar Desert over here. The Thar Desert bounded by Aravalli Ranges in the east, and we have when you go down, there is also some other regions also. Okay, the coastal plains. The western coastal plains are an example of submerged coastal plain. Okay, eastern coastal plain is coastal region is emergent coast. Okay, Western Ghats, we can say. Western Ghats is what we is submerged. Okay, and also the Eastern Ghats is emergent. Okay, now looking at the map. Okay, the Gulf of Kutch region is over here. Kutch, the Rann of Kutch, Daman and Diu, the Gulf of Kambat. Gulf of Kambat is also this Rann of Gulf of Kutch is this region. The Gulf of Kambat is this region. Okay, now the Western Ghats is divided into mainly three portions: the Konkan coast, the Kanara coast, and also the Malabar coast. Okay, Konkan, Kanara, and Malabar. Okay, Kanara is not given. It's actually this region is called Kanara. Okay, Kanara coast. Okay, and in the Eastern Ghats, Eastern Ghats is actually what kind of coast? Eastern Ghats is emergent. Remember by EE. Okay, so Eastern Ghats we have emergent coastline. So it's a Utkal coast at the top. Then we have Andhra coast and also Coromandel coast at the bottom. Okay, coastline is of emergence. Okay, and in the Western Ghats the coastline is of submergence. Okay, going down the drainage system, that is the river system of this country. Okay, the drainage pattern of an area is the outcome of the geological time period, nature, and the structure of rocks, topography, slope, amount of water flowing, and the periodicity of the flow. A river drains the water collected from a specific area, which is called catchment area. An area drained by a river and its tributaries is called a drainage basin. Okay, the boundary line separating one drainage basin from the other is known as watershed. Okay, based on discharge, Arabian Sea discharge and also Bay of Bengal discharge. Okay, and 77% of drainage is towards Bay of Bengal and 23% of drainage is towards Arabian Sea. Okay, we will see the water divide also in the map, so we will get a clear picture of why there is 77% in the Bay of Bengal and also 23% in the Arabian Sea. Now, based on the size of watershed, major river basins with more than 20,000 square kilometer of catchment area includes 14 drainage basins. Medium river basins with catchment area between 2,000 to 20,000 square kilometer incorporating 44 drainage basins. Minor river basins have less than 2,000 square kilometer. So, the Indian drainage system, it can be divided into two types, mainly the Himalayan rivers and the second one is Peninsula River. So under the Himalayan rivers we have the antecedent or the older than Himalaya rivers, and also the non-antecedent rivers we are the younger than Himalaya ranges. In the Peninsular River we have the west flowing river and the east flowing river. Okay, this is the map of the river systems of India. We have the main river systems, that is Indus is there, Ganges is there, and Brahmaputra is there. Okay, south we have the Kaveri, Krishna and all are there, but importance is given to the northern regions. Okay, Narmada and Tapi are two large rivers which are exceptions, which drain in the Arabian Sea. Narmada and Tapi drain in the Arabian Sea. The Himalayan drainage. Okay, Himalayan drainage. This includes mainly the Ganga, the Indus, and the Brahmaputra basins. System is perennial, that is all throughout the year. The Kosi brings a huge quantity of sediments from its upper reaches and it deposits it in the plains. Since Kosi cut Himalayan and Shivalik, so it brings a lot of sediments and it deposit in the plains. Okay, the Indus system, one of the largest river basins of the world, is the Indus system. Okay, Indus is also known as Sindhu. So these are points based on the UPC level of questioning or question answers. Okay, so that is why I have given it in the point wise. Okay, it originates from the glacier near Bokra Chao in Kailash mountain. In the Tibetan region it is known as Sinki Kamban or Lion's Mouth. Okay, they cut across Ladakh range forming a gorge near Gilgit in Jammu and Kashmir. It entered Pakistan near Chilas in the Dardistan region. Panjnad, it is a land that is drained by 5 rivers. So what are the 5 rivers? You have Satluj, Bees, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum. So SBRCJ. S is for Satluj, B is for Bees, Ravi, Chenab, and Jhelum. SBRCJ. Okay. SBRCJ. Okay. Now, Chenab is the largest tributary of Indus. So this is actually the Indus river system. So Panjnad is this region. It is drained by 5 rivers: SBR, CJ, Satluj, Bees, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum. Okay. Okay. Moving down, we have Ganga system. It rises in the Gangotri glacier near Gaumukh. Okay. It is also known as Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi meets Alaknanda, Devaprayag, and meets Ganga and becomes Ganga. So Ganga is formed from 2 rivers, that is Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. Where do they meet? They both meet at Devaprayag. Okay, the major right bank tributary of Ganga is Son. It drains itself in the Bay of Bengal near Saga Islands. And also Yamuna is the westernmost and longest tributary of Ganga. Okay, Yamuna originates in the Yamunotri glacier in the western slopes of Bandar Punch range. Now Chambal rises in the Malwa Plateau. We have seen the map of Malwa Plateau before when we discussed the Peninsula Plains and all. Okay, so in the Madhya Pradesh or Central Highlands. Okay, the Chambal is famous for its badland topography called the Chambal ravines. Okay. Now again going down, the Ganga comprises of Kalingandaki and Trishul Ganga. So Gandak is another river. It comprises of Kaligandaki and Trishul Ganga. It enters the Ganga plain in Champaran district. Champaran district. Another incident famous for Champaran is Gandhi's first public movement was for Champaran milk workers. Okay, in Bihar, and joins Ganga at Sonpur near Patna. And the main stream of Kosi is Arun. It originates in Mount Everest. It forms Sapta Kosi after uniting with river Arun. So Sarda or Gauri Ganga in Nepal's Mahananda originates in Darjeeling Hills. So this is the map of areas drained by Gangas. Ganges. Okay. So we have Ganga over here. We have Gandak. Sun is the right bank, largest right bank tributary. And the westernmost tributary is Yamuna, which is also the longest. Okay, the source of Ganga is over here. It is Gangotri. Okay, in this map we can't find actually the Yamuna river. Okay, anyway, Yamuna is Yamuna is over here. Okay, Yamuna is also rising from Yamunotri. Over there, it is a westernmost tributary of Ganga, which is also the longest tributary. Okay. Over here we can see the Malwa Plateau. Malwa. Okay. Now the Brahmaputra system. Brahmaputra system, it's originated in Chamadhang Glacier in Kailash Range near Mansarovar Lake. Okay, near Mansarovar Lake. Tastabo means the purifier. Tisangpo. Okay, Tisangpo. It enters India west of Sadia town in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. So this is the Brahmaputra river system. Brahmaputra river system. Daibang. So this is how it goes. So it enters in to India in Sadia town in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. And drains it into Bay of Bengal. So Peninsular Drainage System. That is, we are coming to the south. So Peninsular Drainage System, Godavari. Godavari is the largest peninsula system. It is also called the Dakshin Ganga. It rises in Nasik district of Maharashtra. Krishna is the second largest east flowing peninsular river, which rises in the Mahabaleshwar in Sahyadri. Okay. So largest peninsular river is Godavari and the second largest is Krishna. Okay. Now, Kaveri rises in the Brahmagiri hills in Kogadu hills in Karnataka. Narmada River originates in the western flank of Amarkantak Plateau. Sadar Sarovar project is in this river. So, in the Narmada River, we have Sadar Sarovar project. Okay, Tapi is another important westward flowing river. Luni is the largest river system of Rajasthan. West of Aravali, river comes out of Aravali. Is called Luni. Okay. So this is the image of the Peninsular river system. We have Godavari, the largest one. Then we have Krishna over here. Krishna is the second largest one. And Narmada and Tapi, the west flowing rivers. Okay. Narmada rises in the Aravali ranges over here. Okay. Now we go down to drainage. Sorry, Aravali ranges, it's Luni actually. It's my mistake. Luni is over here somewhere. Okay. And it rises from Aravali ranges. Now drainage divide. So drainage divide is actually this region. It's actually divided based on what? The river direction, the drainage direction. So Luni, it rises over here. It drains into Arabian Sea. Narmada River also it drains into Arabian Sea, and also Tapi over here. It also drains into Arabian Sea. Okay, so 23% of drainage is in the Arabian Sea, and 77% is in the Bay of Bengal region. Bengal. See, okay. Now, the natural vegetation refers to a plant community. Now, we are coming to the natural vegetation, soil types and all. Okay. So, natural vegetation refers to a plant community that has been left undisturbed over a long time. So so as to allow its individual species to adjust themselves to climate and soil conditions as fully as possible. Now, tropical evergreen and semi-evergreen forest found in western slopes of Western Ghats, warm and humid climate within 200 centimeter rainfall and annual temperature of 22 degrees Celsius, and it is also well stratified. So it forms in a layer form. Big trees on the top, little small, and also another little bit smaller, and also on the lowest portion we have the shrubs and creepers and all. Okay, the definite time to shed, no definite time to shed their leaves and for also forming fruits. Okay, now tropical deciduous forest, it's the most widely spread forest in India. They are also called monsoon forest. Most deciduous forests are more pronounced in the regions which record rainfall between 100 to 200 centimeter. Found in northeastern states and eastern Himalayas, dry deciduous is found in large areas and rainfall is 70 to 100 centimeter. Tropical thorn forest, areas with less than 50 centimeter in rainfall, scrub vegetation. Now, montane forest. Mountain forest is the north and southern mountain forest. It is between 1000 to 200 2000 sorry 1000 to 2000 meter. Broadleaf trees such as oaks and chestnuts are predominant in this kind of forest. And between 1500 to 1750 meter, chir pine is very useful commercial tree. Okay, southern mountain forest. I'll choose another color now. Southern mountain forest include the forest found in three distinct areas of peninsular India: Western Ghats, Vindhyas, and Nilgiris. Okay, temperate forests are called sholas in Nilgiris, Anaimalai, and Palani hills. Now we have the map for natural vegetation. So moist tropical evergreen, semi-evergreen. It's in the Western Ghats region. We have that kind of vegetation. And tropical moist deciduous, which is the most widely spread, we have over here, and also in the eastern regions, especially northeastern region, and also in the Himalayan and the slopes of plains of the Himalaya, and also in Odisha, West Bengal regions. Just as we have the deciduous forest. Tropical dry deciduous is actually, we can say, okay, dry deciduous is the largest one actually. Okay, it forms the Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh region, Telangana regions, and Andhra Pradesh region. Okay, and also Tamil Nadu is also there. Almost all states, nearly half the states are covered by tropical dry deciduous. And also tropical thorn region, we have the some parts of Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Rajasthan, New Delhi regions are tropical thorn. And mountains of tropical regions are, some patches are there in Kerala, Karnataka, Goa regions, and sorry, not in Goa regions, in the Maharashtra regions, and also especially in the Himalayan regions we have Himalayan, and some regions of we have the Arunachal Pradesh, Naga Hills is there. So all these regions are hilly areas. So or mountain regions, we have mountain, subtropical and temperate. And we come to dry temperate. Dry temperate is especially in the Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand regions. Okay. Now the alpine regions are especially in the Kashmir, in the Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir is there, and also some parts of Jammu and Kashmir, and also Ladakh regions, and also in the Arunachal Pradesh regions. Okay, going down we have the desert vegetation. Desert vegetation is especially in the Rajasthan area, in the Thar desert. Okay, now going down, two sites, Chilanka Lake in Odisha and Kollur National Park, Bharatpur, are westfall habitats under the Convention of Wetlands of International Importance. Okay, sorry, waterfowl habitats under the Convention of Wetlands of International Importance. And forest conservation emphasizes sustainable forest management aimed at bringing 33% of geographical areas under forest cover, maintaining environmental stability, and to restore where ecological balance was disturbed, conserving the natural heritage of the country, increasing the productivity of forest, and to make timber, fuel, fodder, and food available to rural populations dependent on forest, and encouraging the substitution of wood. So these are the utilities of forest conservation. So we can write it for mains and all. It will be very beneficial. Okay. And social forestry. So what is social forestry? Social forestry means the management on protection of forest and afforestation on barren lands with the purpose of helping in the environmental, social, and rural development. There are 103 national parks and 535 wildlife sanctuaries in our country. So, national park is 103 and 535 wildlife sanctuaries. Okay, UNESCO. And UNESCO, this one is Man and Biosphere Program. Biosphere reserves aims at conservation, development, logistics, and also logistics. Now we have another point, that is the soil. Now we have discussed about the vegetation cover. Now we come to soil. So soil was divided into two, Urvara and Usara in ancient times. Okay, this is a important question for you. You can go and Google it and find it out and write in the comment section. Okay, what is Urvara and Usara type of soil? Now alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is a widespread in northern plains and river valleys. So because it is deposition soil, and covers 40% of the country. Khadar, we have discussed Khadar, which is a new alluvium and deposited by river annually, and Bhagar, which is a old alluvium and far away from floodplain. Now we come to black soil. It covers mainly the Gujarat regions. Okay, it is covers most of the Deccan Plateau. Okay, called Regor soil. Regor soil is actually black soil. It was a this question was one of the mock tests which I attempted. So there it asked what is the other name for Regor soil. It's actually black soil. And the black cotton soil. Okay, chemically black soil is rich in lime, iron, magnesia, and alumina. Okay, now red and yellow soil. Red soil develops in crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Okay, they are generally poor in nitrogen and phosphorus and humus. Laterite soil. Lata means brick. Okay, develop in areas of high temperature and high rainfall. Poor in organic matter, nitrogen, phosphate, and calcium. Contains iron oxide and potash. So it's actually red in color. So why is this red in color? Because of the presence of iron oxide and potash. Not suitable for cultivation. So it is basically found in southern regions, or we can say in areas of Kerala and all, where it is mainly used for construction activities. It is made into bricks. Okay, used in brick making in construction. Now we come to arid soil. Arid soil is range from red to brown in color. It's saline in nature, so salt presence is there, salt content is there. Okay, lower horizons in the soil is occupied by conker layers due to the increase in the calcium content downwards. They contain less humus and organic matter. So going down, we have saline soil, also known as Usara soil. Now we get the answer. Usara soil is actually saline soil. Okay, it's infertile. More salts are there, found in western Gujarat, deltas of eastern coast, and Sundarban areas of West Bengal. Farmers add gypsum to solve the problem of salinity. So gypsum is added to decrease salinity. Okay, gypsum is added to decrease salinity. Now peat soil is rich in humus. It's rich in humus and organic matter, and heavy and black in color. It's good for crops. Okay, and for soil, they experience denudation and are acidic with low humus content. Soil in lower valleys are fertile. Now we come to the map. So alluvial soil is mainly in the northern plain region. Okay, northern plain region, and black soil in the Deccan Plateau. Okay, black soil in the Deccan Plateau. Okay, I mean in the Gujarat region is volcanic soil actually. Okay, and red and yellow soil is over here in the parts of northeastern India, and also the eastern and southern parts of the country has red and yellow soil. Laterite soil is present over here in the Kanara and Konkan coast, and also in the Odisha regions and West Bengal regions. Okay, and also near Aravalli ranges and all, we can find laterite soil. Arid soil is found in the Thar desert or the desert regions. We have arid soil, and forest and mountainous soil are found in Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh regions, and also Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim. Or there we have the forest and mountain soil. So with that, I conclude today's lecture. I hope today's session was productive for you guys, and we have completed some of the physical geography of India. So far, the important points or important parts are covered in this video. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and also share with your friends. Okay, all the best for your exams and all. So with this, I conclude. God bless you all. Jai Hind.